Welcome back for match one. This is Old Man Poole. We have won the die roll. You guys know what that means? We are playing first. No! Why would you do such a thing? So we do have Crash 3, so we'll get to draw twice. We have 15 lands left in the deck. What's our odds of that? I guess we have a little bit less than 50% twice. If we don't get going early, though, the game is just over. I think this needs to be a mulligan. It's close. If we hit 2, we're actually not terrible. I think I mulligan, though. Ugh. This hand's better. It's not great, though. We'll keep this. On the bottom, I think we just want to find more action. Maybe we should have kept it just as another kill spell to keep getting the Pathmaker initiate through, but I'd rather either find one of our planes or... Yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have kept that. Proven Combatant. That's pretty good against the initiate. Not as good against Catcher's Avenger, though. I don't think this card is good, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised. Okay, I got a pretty slow start. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'll just take that. It's fine with me. Solitary Camel's not a bad draw. Let's go ahead in with the Avenger. Not gonna exert. And play the Camel. I think that was a really surprising attack there. I would have much preferred to make my Avenger exert if I was my opponent. Moaning Wall. Okay, that makes it worse. Guess we'll use Sandblast this next turn, at least get rid of that. So, Sandblast away the Moaning Wall. I guess we should attack and exert. Yeah, I think we should. Let's go to attacks. Attack and exert, and regular attack. See, my opponent wants to block here. Oh, it even puts up the little thing. That's a little bit nice. Oh wait, your opponent can't forget about it. Okay, fine by me. Sandblast, the Moaning Wall. Alright, well, we're almost out of cards. But we are pretty far ahead on tempo. Pathmaker Initiate actually currently can't sneak anything through, so we may run out of oomph here, but... Opponent might be a little slow too. Burning Fist is good. So we're going to keep the mountain in play so we can hold on to that. Let's swing with our camel and see if my opponent's got anything. I'm a little bit worried about like Splendid Agony here. Didn't use it. He could have saved himself a life and killed off that. I think even if he has Splendid Agony, we have to run it out. It's a little bit awkward, but... Maybe we should have played the Pathmaker Initiate first. I guess it doesn't matter. No Splendid Agony. Good. Whew. That would have been pretty devastating for us. Oh, that's pretty bad too. Yeah, I should have considered that maybe. There are 3 board wipes in Hour of Devastation, which means you're going to see them a fair amount. But that's pretty devastating. And that might be enough to make aggro decks kind of bad just on their own. Alright, Manticore Eternal was probably one of our best draws. Ugh, that was disgusting. So yeah, you'll have to maybe play around that a little bit. Real form is not real great against our Eternal. Mummy's not bad. Attack. Okay. But yeah, they're... The fact that there's 3 board wipes out of like 200 cards means even though they're rare, you're going to see them more often than you would normally. I wonder if my opponent's got a bolus here. He might. What? That would be the nut. Oh, okay. Just internalize. That's fine. Ew, that's kind of cool art. Alright, so it's gonna trade off with the Eternal, not a land. Oh, not a land. Do this to me. Okay. Archer's okay. So we'll swing with our Eternal. See if we'll probably trade here. I don't think we're gonna swing with the Mummy for that extra point of damage. We'll deal 3 off of the Afflict, which is pretty good. Then we have a couple of 2-drops in play. I still don't love our position here. Riddle form can turn on kind of at a moment's notice, although it won't block the Eternal. Alright, well let's get in with that at least. I assume it blocks. Yeah. Okay, get that sweet Afflict trigger. Play a Firebrand Archer. And we'll pass. So if one's low, Inferno Jet now kills him, for what that's worth. We need one more land, I guess, to use it, but we've drawn pretty well after the Bontu's Last Reckoning, to be fair. We do have to... Yeah, I have to remember to play around that a little bit. Even if I don't know that my opponent's got something, if he's playing a more controlling deck, there's a decent chance that he will. Oh, okay. I do not care about that at all. I will lose 3 life for a long time before it really hurts me. Turns Riddle form into a creature. So I guess he can punch us a little bit. Yeah, I'm much happier that Torments of Scarabs is not just a creature my opponent can block with. Yeah. I think this card can be a decent finisher in a control deck, but you have to be able to stabilize pretty well. And it might even be better a little bit in mid-range where you're both clocking back and forth. Or even as an aggressive finisher. Yeah, maybe it's more aggressive. Yeah, we'll lose 3 life, that's fine. Get in here. Could have a removal spell of some variety. Don't think there's any flash cards that get us. Nimble Obstructionist. Oh, okay. I lied. So we'll trade one of these here. Okay. Ouch. You got me. And I guess we just play out our mountain. No point in bluffing. My opponent might have like miscellaneous discard, and we do want 6 on the off chance that we hit our Inferno Jet. This is big. Okay, Riverwinder. Okay. It's definitely a pretty good one. Okay, we'll lose some life here. I guess it's worth maybe holding on to lands to discard to Torment of Scarabs eventually. Let's crash through plains. Okay, at this point I think I'll hold on to it and discard it. Because that's... My opponent can swing and do that, and we're actually pretty close to dead. We got him close. If we hadn't mulliganed, maybe that would have been enough. Although, honestly, it was the Bontu's Last Reckoning that wrecked me. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna take 8 here. I'm glad I kept the plains. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have quite enough, unfortunately. Rip Binding Mummy. Yeah. I think we have to draw Inferno Jet, more or less, here, or we're just dead. Because if we play a non-hasty threat, I don't think we really have any hasty stuff. Alright, what do we get? Well, that's not going to do it. Dang, close, close. But we didn't beat him on the draw, which was not great. Bontu's Last Reckoning did some good work there. Alright. So what do we like here? Do we see any red creatures from my opponent? I feel like we didn't. Beautiful Servants don't seem fantastic. We could bring in Forsake for the Torment of Scarabs. Although I think most of the time that's not going to be something we have to worry about. Graven Abomination has some slight advantage against him, I guess. He's probably running a couple more Eternalized cards. It's one more creature that triggers with Ronus's Monument. You just take out like the crash through because it's kind of low impact. I don't even know if we want this all that much though. Yeah. I guess maybe it's better than a crash through. Okay. Let's run this back and pray a little bit. Opponent looked pretty well set up to beat us, but if we have an aggressive draw, I would like to play first. And I'll keep. I think this hand's pretty good. 2 Blood Rage Brawlers is a pretty big game if my opponent can't interact early. Okay. Got something here. Ruthless Sniper. I think I am just going to shoot that. Kind of like to hit a land so we can throw it away, but whatever. Okay. Play a Blood Rage Brawler. Pitch a Mountain. Alright, and we'll start beating with that. He hits pretty hard for a couple of turns. He could find like Torment of Venom, which interacts pretty well with it. Real form. Okay. Solitary Camel. Let's swing in with the Brawler here. And I think we'll pitch the Binding Mummy, because it's white. If we draw a white source, we'll be able to play the Solitary Camel at that point, so. If he doesn't have Reckoning, we kill him pretty fast. If he has Reckoning, we probably lose, but I don't think we can really afford to play around it. Oh dear. Gosh dang it. Alright, well. Pretty well destroyed. Pretty well destroyed there. I don't know, maybe I should be trying to play around it, but I think that if the game goes long enough, we're just gonna get run over, so. It's pretty good though, it's that sweet 4 for 1. We paid 1 card each for 4 damage. It's possible we should have held it, and he would have had to have used the Reckoning anyway, but... Scavenger's not bad. We do have lots of 2-drops, even if we don't find another land. But this game may already be too far gone. Doomfall, okay. Rip. Take 4 here. There's another thing I can play at least. One nice thing about this deck is it's likely I'll be able to play just about anything on 2. Either I'll find a land and can play something, or I don't find a land, it's probably a 2-drop. But the bad thing about this deck is my opponent is very rapidly getting out of range. Okay, Catcher's Avenger actually falls in the category of something we can't play. I'm not going to trade away the Initiate. Man. That's a good card. Definitely a good card. And, well, I think this is probably the best of the board wipes. There are a bunch in play, so. I'm getting good value off his Riddle form here. I can't quite decide what to think about this card. It feels like it's better than I initially rated it. I originally was thinking it was, I don't know, kind of wonky and didn't do enough, but... Okay. I will take it. You got it. Might as well try. I assume he just throws the wall in front of it, but... Full form. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if he is playing Bolas. He did have the red there. It's curious, at least. I should not have made that comment about being able to play most things, apparently. That was a mistake. But I mean, with the board being stalled and everything, between Supreme Will and Riddle form, like, a little bit interesting. I guess he just wants to use it now for value. I might have just Scryed too and used Supreme Will on his turn, or at least kept it up as a potential counterspell. That is pretty good, but Scrying 2 is not that much worse. Scar on top. I think we're gonna get Bolas at some point. Merciless Javeliner. That's pretty good too. And Scribe of the Mindful. Okay. Continue poking in with that combatant there. And there's the land. Can play something. Let's play Ronus's Monument. Maybe that's our best chance for getting something going. We've got a lot of creatures in play, which we can keep playing. We played like the Thorn or Moloch right now. It doesn't do all that much. Alright. The Monument it is. So my opponent can just gun down the Initiate here if he wants, which would probably be the play. Swing first 10 if he's got a spell. I think we're in trouble. Electrify. Okay. Interesting. And swings for 8. Well, pretty well wrecked by a reasonable control deck here. This does maybe spell. It may mean that aggressive decks are a little bit worse in this format. I feel like we put together a pretty reasonable one, but this was just nowhere near enough. Bontu's Last Reckoning kind of ate us up both games, and there's going to be a lot of board wipes, so. But I think that really kind of came down to my opponent having it both games. Alright, well that's game 1. I'll see you guys shortly for match 2.